In today's global landscape, the need for diverse and inclusive asylum and immigration services has never been greater. As individuals flee conflict, persecution, and economic hardship, the complexity of their needs calls for a comprehensive approach to immigration support. Offering varied asylum and immigration services is essential for ensuring that all individuals seeking refuge or better opportunities receive fair, equitable, and effective assistance. At Compass Immigration Law Limited, we offer several services depending on your specific requirements. Visit visa. A visit visa, often referred to as a visitor or tourist visa, allows you to enter the United Kingdom for a temporary period for various purposes. You can apply for a visit visa for a term of 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years. However, you must not remain in the UK for more than 6 months during any one visit. The Home Office supplies information on who needs a visa. The specific details of a visit visa, including its requirements and application process, can vary depending on the purpose of your visit. Family migration, entry clearance. You are likely to require a family visa if you are looking to remain in the UK with your UK-based family for more than 6 months. You can apply for a family visa to live with your spouse or partner, fiancé or proposed civil partner, child, parent, relative who will provide long-term care for you. Indefinite leave to remain. Indefinite leave to remain, ILR, also known as settlement, allows non-British citizens to live, work and study in the UK for as long as you like. There is no time limit on your leave once you have obtained indefinite leave to remain. ILR does not automatically grant British citizenship. It is a requirement for those who want to become British citizens. Citizenship. Naturalisation or registration is the process through which you become a British citizen. This typically involves living in the UK for a specified period and meeting certain legal requirements such as proving good character and knowledge of English language and culture. Travel documents and British passports. You can apply for a travel document to travel outside the UK if you are not British. You cannot use or get a passport from your country of nationality. Your country of nationality cannot give you a passport. If you have refugee status, you can apply for a refugee travel document from the Home Office. This type of travel document serves as a substitute for a passport from your country of nationality. A certificate of travel is an international travel document issued by the Home Office. It is designed for individuals who are not British citizens but need to travel outside the UK and are unable to obtain a passport from their country of nationality. A British passport is an official document issued by the UK government, which serves as a form of identification and allows you to travel internationally. Student visa. A student visa allows individuals to come to the UK for the purpose of pursuing a course of study. This visa category replaces Tier 4, General Student Visa. There are two main types of student visas. Child Student Visa, suitable for those aged 4 to 17 years old wishing to study at an independent school. Student Visa, suitable for individuals aged 16 years and over who intend to study at a UK university or private educational institution. EU Settlement Scheme, HUSS. The EU Settlement Scheme is the replacement for free movement of European nationals and their families since Brexit. The EUSS allows EU EEA or Swiss citizens and eligible family members to continue living in the UK after 31st December 2020. The deadline to apply to the scheme for most people was the 30th June 2021. However, applications can still be made to the scheme if you have reasonable grounds for applying late or the deadline is not applicable to you. The most common types of status under the EUSS are pre-settled, given to those who have lived in the UK for less than 5 years. Settled, given to those who have lived in the UK for 5 years or more. Also called indefinite leave to remain, ILR. Windrush and Commonwealth. If you are settled in the UK but do not have a document to prove it, you may be eligible to apply to the Windrush scheme free of charge. You might also be able to apply for compensation for losses you suffered because you could not show that you had a right to live in the UK. After you have applied, the Home Office will work with other government departments to find records of you living in the UK. The Windrush Task Force may get in touch with you if they need more information or documents or if they have questions for you. UK Ancestry Visa. You can apply for a UK Ancestry Visa if you are one of the following: A Commonwealth citizen. A British overseas citizen. A British overseas territories citizen. A British national overseas. A citizen of Zimbabwe. Appeals. If you have received a visa, immigration or asylum refusal, you may be able to appeal to the first-tier tribunal, Immigration and Asylum Chamber. The tribunal is independent of government. A judge will listen to both sides of the argument before making a decision. Skilled worker visa. The skilled worker visa is the replacement visa category for Tier 2 general visa. A skilled worker is expected to have relevant expertise, training and education in the particular field or profession. The skilled worker visa allows individuals to come and live in the UK to work for an approved sponsor in a skilled role. Health and care worker visa. If you are a medical professional and want to work in the UK for the NHS, an NHS supplier or in adult social care, you may be eligible for a health and care worker visa. This visa is valid for 5 years and can be extended. Graduate visa. If you have successfully completed a course in the UK, whilst resident on a student visa, you may be eligible to apply for a graduate visa. You must be in the UK to apply, and if successful, a graduate visa will give you permission to stay in the UK for at least 2 years, depending on the qualification you have achieved. Global Business Mobility Visa. This category of work visas covers workers based outside the UK but are assigned temporary work within the UK. Global Business Mobility covers 5 categories. UK expansion worker, previously known as representative of an overseas business. Graduate trainee, must be part of a structured graduate programme leading to a senior management role. Senior or specialist worker, previously known as intra-company transfer. Service supplier, contractual service suppliers working for an overseas service provider. Secondment worker, overseas workers seconded to the UK by their employers overseas to complete temporary work in a high-value contract or investment. Sponsor licence. A skilled worker sponsorship licence, SWSL, permits UK-based businesses to employ overseas workers. This includes workers coming from Europe after the 1st January 2021. The application is made online and has to be submitted by a person with decision-making role within the company. The relevant application fee based on the size of the company is payable at the point of submission. A time of 5 working days is given to submit the supporting documents to the application. Youth Mobility Scheme. Eligible applicants 18-30 years of age. Allows individuals of certain countries to live, work and study in the UK whilst they are young adults. Visa normally issued for 2 years. India Young Professional Scheme Visa. Open to Indian nationals selected from the India Young Professionals Scheme ballot. Eligible applicants 18-30 years of age. Hold eligible qualifications. Show sufficient funds to support yourself for the time in the UK. Visa normally issued for 2 years. Seasonal worker visa. For those aged 18 years and above. To do work in the horticultural sector, usually farming. Issued a certificate of sponsorship by an approved scheme operator. Show sufficient funds to support yourself for the time in the UK. Visa normally issued for 6 months. Charity visa. Allows individuals to complete unpaid work for a charity in the UK. For those aged 18 years and above. Issued a certificate of sponsorship by an approved UK sponsor. Show sufficient funds to support yourself for the time in the UK. May require a tuberculosis certificate. Visa normally issued for 12 months. Creative worker visa. Allows musicians, entertainers, dancers, artists, actors, models or anyone in the creative industry to apply for this visa. Applicants must demonstrate they make a unique contribution to cultural life in the UK through their work. Issued a certificate of sponsorship by an approved UK sponsor. Show sufficient funds to support yourself for the time in the UK. Visa normally issued for 12 months. Government authorised exchanged visa. Issued a certificate of sponsorship by a sponsor who holds a valid temporary worker. Government authorised exchange sponsor licence. Must have sufficient funds to support yourself for the time in the UK. Must be a genuine role. Visa normally issued for 1 to 2 years. International agreement visa. Allows an individual employed by an international or government organisation to work in the UK. This also includes private servants in a diplomatic household. Issued a certificate of sponsorship by a sponsor who holds a valid sponsor license. Must have sufficient funds to support yourself for the time in the UK. These are normally issued for 2 years for those employed by a government or international organisation and up to 5 years for private servants in a diplomatic household. Asylum. If you have come to the UK and you are unable to leave as you would be in danger in your country of origin or residence, you may want to claim asylum in the UK. Claiming asylum is a difficult and lengthy process. There are many stages and there can be long delays. However, if your asylum claim is successful, you will be granted asylum in the UK and given refugee status. Refugee status is a form of international protection that is granted where the Home Office accept you satisfy the definition of a refugee. A grant of refugee status will allow you to live in the UK and receive legal protection. Further submissions anti-fresh claim. Making further submissions provides you with an opportunity to give new evidence or additional information to the Home Office if your first claim for asylum or human rights claim has been refused, withdrawn or treated as withdrawn. By sending this new evidence or information, you're asking for a fresh review and a new decision on your right to stay in the United Kingdom. Why choose Compass Immigration Law? Our highly trained immigration experts have a thorough understanding of the various immigration and asylum requirements and our application process. We can help you with your tailored application by providing you with an honest opinion on the positives and negatives of your case, advice on the visitor visa requirements specific to your circumstances, a customized evidence checklist, help with preparing and sending your application form and evidence, challenging a visitor visa refusal decision. For more information, get in touch using the details on screen.